Welcome back everyone to Terminus, a zombie survivor, and we're doing the Last Escape DLC. Now, I made some bad errors in the last one. Now, I get used to eating food and getting the disease off. I pressed the wrong button. If I'd have sent Barry to go to sleep until the disease was healed, we'd have had another 5 hours of looting time with him. I didn't do that option. I said until you're full. He woke up and then unfortunately kept on waking up. And he couldn't get rid of his disease. Now, the disease we got because we took some food, which was only 3 satiety, just wasn't worth the payoff. Normally, those work out in my favour, but because I pressed the wrong button, it caused an whole heap of problems, and we nearly killed both characters in the last run. It was only because we got lucky with some food and water in these 2 containers that we actually managed to survive. Done nothing in between episodes, so we are going to pass a turn, because we used all the AP at the end of the last one. Barry is on his way up to the fortified house. They had a trade up there. They wanted, I think it was 4 pieces of cloves for 7 reputation. We've got 4 pieces of cloves there. We want that reputation to get fuel. And we're hoping they've got a spanner there. I could trade for a spanner. We've got a car here. 1.3 fuel economy. So what we do is to turn the 7 reputation. 4 of the reputation we'll use onto a fuel container, which is always full at 5 fuel. We'll bring the 5 fuel here. If we can get a spanner, we can repair this. That 4 tiles will allow us to jump up to the restaurant. In the meantime, while Barry's going up to the fortified house, we're going to split the characters. Sandy's going to come down to the grocery store, try and loot that, try and get us some food. So I don't like to split my characters, but in this situation, splitting them is the best course of action. So we need to go to the grocery store with Sandy. We've got 12.7. Let's come up to the windows. This is the guy I've got to worry about because he's got a lot of movement. Okay, he can't get to the zone point. We would like to go and collect that on Sandy. Let's open the window first. So the grocery store is 11 to get through. And it's taking you a lot to get there because you haven't got a clear route at the moment. That stone would be 2/3 of the way for me to make an axe. And that will allow me to get wood a lot easier. I could just step outside the window and then I might be able to get a clear route, but we won't be able to zone this turn, and this guy would be able to see me, or at least get to me. I could just come up to here or here for 7.8, but I could trigger up another zombie up that tile. He's only got 1 movement, so that's fine. I would need to move to there. I think I am going to come down and get the stone. That would give me 6. I think I can work it. If not, we can always bring... Okay, that's not what I wanted to see. Because I need 3.3 to zone and then 11. Now, we do have an AP item. Don't really want to use it because that would really kill your AP on the next turn. It is a strength 12. 10 AP would allow me to zone. I think I've got to do it. Okay, not the ideal situation. Like I said, recovers. AP recovery is 40% less. Sleep quality is 40% less. I've got to be extremely careful on this tile of my movements. Otherwise, we're going to have a very bad time. So we're only going to get 6 AP instead of the 10.5. But it will get less. It will go from a severe headache to a normal headache. And then it will go from a normal headache to not having one. And then our AP will recover. Not the ideal one, but both these guys have got the target. Maybe I should have moved Barry first. Barry is 5.7 to get there, 11 to get through. Let's go to the zone point and see how many people we trigger on the way. You got a sprain. Not what I wanted to happen. That just basically means it's going to increase your AP movement unless you sleep it off. We could just go and run for the zone now, but we won't have much to react. So I think I'm going to keep you where you are. That's the turn. And we're going to keep with Barry at the moment. So he's only got to run for the next tile. So we're going to go to this house location. He just needs to run to where the fortified house tile is. Okay, we've got 2 big guys by us. Where's the fortified house? All the way up there. I could get there for 9.2, but I don't really... Oh, brilliant. We've got a rat. I did say I set the trap down and maybe we could get a rat or something. That's actually quite big. I'm going to go in there. Oh, no, I can't. Look at all that nonsense. And one of the people we woke up was a runner zombie. It's going from bad to worse. The runner zombie can go all the way around the map, so I've got to take him out. I've got no way of getting out of the reach, or have I? I can go up to there. If we come across another zombie, then we're in right trouble. Now, I would prefer to go to that tile. The reason being is if I go to there, this guy's going to walk up and block up the exit. I've just got to hope there's nobody up here. You can only move one. Look at all the nonsense in there. And there's another runner. So it does mean my only safe tile is right in the corner. Because of you. And you. So there's 3 runners on here now. So that means on the way back, I want to avoid this tile. And the only way I could avoid that tile is to go to that house, and then come all the way around here. Now, we could go to the grocery store, do the grocery store, and then sort of meet up everybody back at this tile here, because that's where the car's going to be. Now, talking about where the car's going to be, let's put a note on. Car 1.3. I can't remember what the tank was. Needs fixing. Just so I don't forget where it is. I need to put a red outline around it so I know I've left a note there now. We're not having a good situation at the moment. But, as far as I can see, Barry's safe. Barry's going to get 12.1 next turn, so he'll be on 12.8. 3.2 and 10 to Zoan. He might have to end up using his AP item as well. Now, we knew the fortified tile was actually quite safe. Is there anything else I could do? No, because you haven't got the morale because we give it to the other person. If we'd have been able to... We might be able to spend 1 AP to give 2. I can't remember what it converts to. I know if your morale's above a certain amount, it gives you AP, but I can't remember. Yeah, because energetic, we can get in some from the energy. I think you have to be above 20, I think, on the morale. I don't think it's worth it, so we're just going to have to pass the turn. Barry's done as much as he can. Unfortunately, that spraying is making it a little painful for him to actually do anything, and we can't do it because we need a compression, which would need scrap metal or scrap plastic. We've got 1 scrap metal, otherwise I could have done a compression bandage. Turn the 2 rags on us. So yeah, we need to start picking up scrap plastic. We could get scrap plastic by breaking all our bottles down. That is another way as well. Just not worth it. So we'll keep Barry where he is. He's going to survive for 1 more turn. Now, we've only got 7.9. So I just want a little bit of visibility what's in the building. We do know there's a lot of nonsense up there on that previous tile. There's a zombie here. Now, for you to move down, you'd have to open up the window, move 2 tiles, which would be 2.2. You would only have 3 tiles of this, and we've just got to hope we don't aggro anybody else. Now, your best weapon would probably be... maybe your wooden bat. You might be able to take him out. I think I'm just going to stay where I am. Let's get a little bit more. Now, as you see, the headache, it's gone down to an headache now instead of severe, so we're only losing 20. So the next turn, I've got 8 AP instead of this turn where I had 6. So yeah, let's pass the turn. Okay, Barry's moaning about wanting something to eat. Unfortunately, we've got no food and water. So yeah, 3.2, 13.2. It depends on where these are. Let's move down to the tile. We can only see the one that can move 1 square. All these guys in here lost us. So that's good. I think you're happy to stop there. And then the next turn we can go to the fortified house for you. Sandy. Okay, so this guy is coming towards you. Because of your skill, which you are a petty thief, is it? Petty thief trait. You can open locks and doors without having to use any lockpicks. We're just going to come in 1, and we're going to take this guy out. Going to be a bit more sensible on this tile. Yeah, I need a couple of these to hit above 2. Oh, that's even better. A lovely crit that was. Fantastic. Keep picking up the rags because they are useful for a lot of recipes. Food. May cause a disease, may cause a disease. Now, we have got a good chance at a grocery store to find pots and pans. So where do I want to go? I think I just want to keep moving down. Granola bar. Brilliant. Gets rid of your hunger problems. I'm not going to move anymore with you. Let's have a look at Barry. Barry can't do anything else for this turn. Let's pass the turn. And I do feel we are going to... Oh, it's only 3 hours to sleep. This tile's just not safe to sleep. 2 round by us. 5.7. Okay, where would I be leaving off this tile? We need to leave south. We have visited this, so there won't be much loot opportunities, but there might be less zombies there because we've already been through it. It was probably the first tile we moved on to. There was where we started. So that's going to be south here. So I'd have to have 4 AP and 8 to zone. You can only move 1 and you can only move a couple. So if I go to the door, you can't actually get to me this turn. Please still have the cloves quest. You have. They've also got another quest now, support items. Fire extinguisher. I've never seen that quest come up. That's a new one for me. 1 fire extinguisher could give 4. Let's do this one. So yeah, as I suspected, the bags don't count. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Give items. Brilliant. We got the 7 trust. Request help. Now, I think I'm going to change the plan from what I was initially going to do. I need to get the fuel. There's no doubt about that. That has to happen. Because we were hoping everything on that car to get us across the railway tracks easy. And water. I would have loved to get food, but that needed another trust level on there, which I didn't have. Please have a spanner. You don't have a spanner. You do have a radio, but it's broken. You have an energy drink, which could really get us out of jail. Antibiotics is really useful, but as you see, overwhelmingly high. Now, I would like to trade for the tape. A book for parks. That's really, really good. Now, we do have some bits on us we're happy to trade away. Unfortunately, we didn't finish that book, so that's not one of them. We do have a couple of jewelries. I would have loved to keep that for the achievement. But I'm thinking that could get us good stuff. If the radio wasn't broken, I would have took it. And if this would have had charges, I would have done that. I thought they might have took that for what I've just given. Just looking to see if there's anything else, especially food and water-wise. Overwhelmingly high, overwhelmingly high. If I was going to go for one, I would have gone for the canned food. 16 satiety would actually help us out a massive amount. Now, am I happy about that trade? No. But we need food. Our food's 0. It's taking a lot of HP damage off us. We've got no more HP drugs. Canned meal for 16 satiety. That gives me 16 hours. So that'll be up to just before midday on the following day. And I just took the thread because I just want to make the best trade. So we're going to do that trade. Going to give away both our jewellery. One of the fishing rods, so we keep one of them. The spare denim jacket, I'm okay with that being traded away. The sharp ears, we have got a lot better books to read than that one. And a screwdriver, which we're not really using at the moment. Now, I want to see if I can trade for this. And I think that's about the best trade I can do for that one. 2 of the fanny packs we're not going to use. We would just break it down into 1 cloth, which is really not worth a lot. An alarm clock, we've already got 1. We don't need a second. Would be nice having 1 on each character. Piece of steel, I would rather not give up. An electronic part, I would rather not give up, because that could be a good way of making a makeshift lighter. But we managed to get the book for the park. The tape. There was no way I could add the wood glue. I tried every combination possible. And because they had some thread there, I've just took the thread because I can make it happen with the trade. Yeah, there's nothing else I could do. So yeah, we'll just take the thread. I think that's about the best. Now, the only thing was I was hoping to get a spanner here. Unfortunately, we didn't get the spanner. But I think we've done pretty good with those trades. We've got the fuel. We've got water. We've got food. So we're not going to die. Now, if Sandy does die, it's going to be a big loss. But the run's not over. Because Barry's the main character. I'm the one that has to survive. So we need to eat that food directly. We could leave the water and bring it back. So we can give water to... But no, I think I'm just going to drink it up, get water to maximum. We should start healing some HP back now. 0.5 a turn. Okay, we've got 9.5. We just need to make sure nobody can get to us that can't on this turn. So Barry's done everything he can. He's going to be going safe to an house. And he's got 2 hours to try and find somewhere safe to sleep. Sandy has got the same issue. Now, I know from doing this before, the safest room is this one at the back here. Your AP is getting slightly better. It's going to be a few more turns before the headaches go away. I don't know how many turns it is. I think it's about 4 or 5, but I can't remember for the life of me. I've never really clocked it, to be quite honest. Food. That's what I'm here for. Oh, fantastic. Now, corn can be added in recipes. Oranges can't. Except for like a fruit pie, but them just so hard to make. So I think I am going to give you that. Gives you a little bit of morale. It gets you satiety. A lot better than it has been, and it should start healing up just slightly. That's fine. You've got 7 AP left. I don't want to put you on that square just in case we see somebody here. But we can't hear anybody there, so I think I'm okay to take you down. And then the next turn we'll go through the door. We'll have about 13 AP. So yeah, very squeaky bum time in this game, unfortunately, at the moment. We do have a couple of pieces of cloth we could collect from the map. I think I'm going to stick with Sandy on the first turn here. I think they're in the most danger. Now, we could go and loot some more things. But now we know we're fairly safe around here. I'm actually okay. I shouldn't have closed the door. I'm okay to come and search these 2 items. Get as much looted tonight. The back room we can loot at the night time. Fish fillet. Now that you can eat without getting a disease. It is stale, but that's not a massive issue. Just eat it. You're no longer taking satiety damage. And then we got more food there. So you can't do anything this turn. Let's come to Barry. Make sure Barry can get safe. So neither one of these can get to the zone point. So as long as nobody's zoned in, Barry should be able to get off this tile. Somebody's zoned in, that's fine. We can get round them. 8 to get through. Leaves us 8 left. Now, we have used this house before. There is a dead squirrel. That's food. There's a zombie there in the room. This door is broke, but you haven't got the hammer, so we can't repair anything. This door's broke. This door's broke. That door isn't. This is troubling. Let's try and move you away from the window. So yeah, somebody's done some real big damage. Or do I just want to wait? I think I'm going to wait. I need to go and get that squirrel, really. Now, you don't have a knife, so you can't butcher the squirrel. And then we're going to go back to the tile we started on. And then hopefully meet up with Sandy on this location. Sandy's still got a lot of looting to do. So, how tough are you? Only 4.8. That's not too bad. Weapon-wise, you've got your spears mainly. Let's move round to here. Just so I can get visibility of what these are in this building. And we use the one that's the weakest first. Okay, I needed that crit. Okay, edge strike 25%, that's a no-brainer. 20% extra chance of gaining an item, that's really good for your longer runs. And this is planned to be a longer run. We're planning to do the new DLC content when we get to Terminus. And less AP loss. I think edge strike is a no-brainer. More damage makes our weapons more powerful. Now, I don't think I can attack you because we've got a wall in between us. Yeah, that's right. Just looking. If I go there... I've actually got more than enough AP to take both of these out. 3.6. 6.1 is going to be a bit tougher. Maybe we can get lucky. So our weapons are doing now over 2 damage. So 3 attacks. This guy's out. And we've got more than enough AP. Fantastic. Just make sure we looted everything. Again, we have been quite thorough. There was one zone we didn't loot one item. But it wasn't this one by the looks of it. Now that door's good, so I am going to close that door. We'll collect the cloths. And then we'll probably end up stopping down in this corner tonight. Because we do need to heal that spraying off you've got. So let's go there, close that door. We know we're fairly safe on this tile. Because we can't hear any other zombies. So, yeah, Barry's done. Barry will come down and collect the square. We'll come back in the window. Close the window. Probably stop on this square. Just so I've got options of getting out. And then try and sleep off that spraying. Okay, Sandy. You need to go back into the back room now. It's coming into night the next turn. And now you've got your level up. So we could do Pathfinder. Cheaper to zone through to another tile. We are going to be doing a lot of zoning. Read the same book more times. Now, we have got some really good stat books. Strength, HP, health. And we've got the strength. Those will allow you to get really good. But I think I want to increase your speed in read speed. We've got enough books we can do multiple times. Being able to read faster, I think that's going to be the best course. And we've got a pair of gloves there. Very nice. Not got much condition on there, but that's fine. And then you can just loot this back. Maybe we can find some more food. Fortune not there. And we've got no AP. So yeah, let's keep on Barry. Because he's the one in the most danger at the moment. Now we're going into night. Now it's pointless closing this door because it's broke. But I do want to come out here and get that squirrel. There's a zombie down here. We don't have much left. So I am going to have to close the window. Hopefully that zombie hasn't seen me, but probably has. And I think I'm just going to cover it. Even if I've got to waste AP to take it off next turn, that should basically reduce the sort of accuracy of the zombie, if I remember right. So Barry's done as much as we can. Has got a squirrel. They're normally pretty good for 2 or 3 days. Yeah, nearly 2 days. Unfortunately, you don't have a knife, so you can't do anything to butcher it. But you can take that back when we meet up as a group. You do have enough water. We might as well just get your water dealt with. And we're not going to get to sleep until we dealt with this zombie down here. Sandy, we'll get you to finish searching the stuff in here. A banana. Again, another thing that can be used in a fruit pie. But it's better to just eat it. Now, I'm more willing to eat the meat for 10 satiety than I will for 3. I won't be doing the shrimps again. Now, you have 9 hours on you. So that means you're going to be no good by the morning. So we need to take you out. I still think I want to eat that. Pop the disease about 10 o'clock. Make sure we sleep until the disease is gone. It'll be gone about 4 a.m. And then we've got a few hours to read some books or to make another spear, which is probably going to be the better option. I know it nearly killed me the last time, but that was more because I didn't press the right button to sleep cycle. Now, if we do get woke up in the middle of the night, then that means we're going to have a bad time. But 10 satiety, no, we're going to do it. Wait for the disease to proc. Some bread there. Now, we do have a trait on the main character where they'll get extra morale from that. So we'll try and keep that because that counts as sweets and breads. And we've got 1 box over here to check. So you can do that. And then we'll get you standing in the centre of the room. Brilliant. So we've got a good amount of food to take back. And we've still got stuff in here to search. So we've searched everything here and up this side. We've still got all these 5 items there, and I think there's another couple up on this wall. And we also want to check down here, make sure there isn't a different car which is better suited for us. Or crops. That would be really good to find a tile with crops. But we've done all we can on you. We've done all we can on Barry. Let's keep on Barry because I'm probably going to have to do combat. Maybe the zombie left us alone. That is the best solution. Let's go up into the corner there. What can I do with you? Might as well keep drinking the water. We might be able to find some on the other character. I think I want to find out where the parks are. Parks is going to be an easy way for us to get water. And I think there's only 2 parks on the map. Oh, no, there's 3. Okay. Okay, there's 4 parks. I didn't realise there was that many. So there's one up by the dangerous place right at the very top, so that means Terminus can't be there. There's a park in the middle of the map here. There's a park right the way down here by this grocery store here. And then we've got one more to uncover. Hopefully, it's in this area. That's an ideal solution. Somewhere in this sort of corner of the map would be ideal. So Barry's done all they can. Let's switch over to Sandy. Put you in the centre of the room. We've looted everything we can. We're going to be waiting for your thing to proc. Let's do the novel down to 1 AP just to get out of depression state. And what do I want you to do? I think crafting up another spear is your best call. Now, we need to pay attention to what we've got on here. 66%, so we still got plenty. And now we've got 2 good spears and a load of other weapons to use. So our weapon situation is getting really good now. We could repair up the gloves up to 40%, so it can be useful if we have to check something it's not going to break. We do have some thread there. I think I'm going to dismantle 1 cloth. We don't quite have enough to make the axe with my stone short. And nothing else is going to waste away tonight food-wise, so we don't need to eat anything else. We're pretty good on the stats. We'll get hydration when we meet up again on the next day. So I think the only thing left is either going to be a search with the map. Now, we could do a search down here and see what's down in this corner. I'm not against that. Now, we know the railroad's there. So that tile's going to be a railroad. If there's a 2 down here, I might have took it. There's a 2 there, but we haven't got enough to do it. We need 6.9. Oh, you're out of AP anyway, so you can't do anything. So yeah, let's go to Barry, because they might have combat still. Okay, Sandy's disease has popped. Brilliant. We was expecting that to happen anyway. And I think with Barry, because that combat hasn't happened, I thought what might have. I think I'm happy to send you to sleep. We've still got 10 water in there, 11 water we can save. Let's go and get that last park done. And libraries are really important. We can get some very good skill books there. Okay, let's go and see where them 2 libraries and the last park is. So we knew about the park there. So there's a library all the way down the south. There's a park right the way at the top. That's actually good. It's not ideal for the next couple of turns. It's going to take us a couple of days to get up there. At least 2, maybe 3 days to get up there. But if we're getting close to Terminus, we know we've got a way to replenish all our bottles. Hopefully we found a lighter by then, because we still not found a lighter, a pot or a pan, so we can't cook the dirty water into clean. So we've got options. We still know we've got another restaurant up here where we're heading towards, and grocery store park. So again, we've got a good route up this side here. We just need to get these characters to meet up again. We do have an house there, which we've already looted, so it's just a run through. Barry's going to be doing after he slept tonight. He's just run through that house to meet up on this tile. Okay, so Barry, you can't really do anything else. We've spent all your stuff. We're going to sleep Make sure we're doing status healed because I need that spraying to go. Sandy, you've now got your disease, so the same with you. I'm going to get you to probably go and find out what that 2 was we had in our sights. As much as I don't want to be coming down this far. Where did you go? It was about 8, wasn't it? .4, I'll take it. So yeah, railroad and a tunnel. So that means there's nothing in this gap here. Oh, there's something right at the south there, but it's probably a dead end. And then there's one location the other side of the railroad here. But no, I'm happy to go from here to the railroad, to the restaurant, to the library. Those are really good loot opportunities up towards the grocery store, up to the next. So you've still got a little bit of AP left. Still tempted to repair them gloves. Ah, we haven't got a needle made, have we? We have got a stick there. Well, we can deal with that. Wooden needle. Don't want to use the lumber. We want to use the stick. Let's get that made, because that's going to be good for repairing gear as well. You've got no AP left. And again, you've got a disease, so we've got to make sure we're selecting the second option so I don't mess up again like I did before. So yeah, Sandy's sleeping. Barry's sleeping. So considering the last episode we looked like we was going to lose both characters, we're in a much positive position right this second. And I do apologise about the jumping between the characters. I can't control that. So Barry might have some combat on his next turn. It's only 2.6 damage I'm doing to the door. So Sandy's recovered, but unfortunately Barry's got disturbed. So he hasn't got rid of his sprain yet. So they don't break the door down, Barry, you're going to have to open it and attack. We're still using the lowest condition spear. Could be a nimble. And then we're going to try and do the same again. Sleep until the status is healed on Barry. We do have a bit of AP, but we'll keep it just in case we have to do some more combat. If not, he'll wake up with close to maximum, so that's going to be useful. Sandy has got rid of the disease. And again, the satiety was pretty good. We could take something for hydration. The only thing that's got good hydration is that, and it would also give us a good morale boost. So I am going to take that, because the morale's looking a bit low and our book's not looking the best. So we've got 1 hour before it's morning. We want to be looting the rest of this. We don't want to be leaving the toll until we've got every single bit of food in here. Now, we could jump out here and back in this door, but I think I want to loot the building first. So Sandy, go there. You will be on about 24, so I'm happy for you to spend 4 AP this turn. And you can do 10 pages every single turn without any reading bonuses. So that's going to be like 50 AP you've got to put into that book. And we can learn it at least twice, if not 3 times. So you're in a good position, ready for the morning. Barry, you're sleeping again, okay? And it's this situation, nobody will let Barry sleep. But it is daylight, so we've got a better idea. Now, Barry's still sleeping, so there was something in the changelog. Now, this shouldn't happen because on the very first episode, we was reading the patch notes and it said it fixed an issue where if somebody's banging on a door, characters won't wake up. Now, it's actually probably worked in our favour this turn, because if the spraying clears the next turn, then that's perfect. We could just run off, not have to do the combat. But yeah, they did say they changed and fixed that. So Barry can't do anything this turn. So we just got to concentrate on Sandy. Nearly at maximum AP. Now, the first thing we really want to be looting, I'm going to take you straight to the furthest one, 4.4. Now, there is somebody just outside there, but because you camouflage, you haven't triggered him. Coffee beans. We can make that into a coffee, which is giving us morale. So it might be worth keeping that. You can't get to this square or this square. Do I want to pick up some more planks? I think I do. Because we know we haven't got many on the other character. So we'll pick up that one and this one. Just 2 so you can make another spear if you need to. You've got 10 AP left. A bandage. That could be really good. It could save our life. We do have a glass door there, so if there was somebody outside, we would have seen them. Energy drink. That's really good. That could save our life. It's what I call get out of jail free cards. So basically, if you run out of AP and you've got somebody who's about to attack you, that 2 could actually move you up to 2 tiles away. Normally, with me, it's going to be 1 tile only. But that 1 tile could be the difference between you dying and you being safe. So, yep, I've done as much as I can. So let's pass the turn. I'm just hoping Barry's spraying goes away. Spraying's recovered. Fantastic. And then Barry should be awake now. So we'll continue with Sandy. We have got a big guy outside, a soldier one. Let's come... Okay, we did actually wake him. I was hoping I'd walk down this way. Cigarette, that's a good morale item. Torch, again, another broken one, but it could get us electronic parts. Just need to see your range. It's not going to give me the exact range until you broke the door. But we've got everything from there. And we've got some pasta. That's more satiety items. Now, I would normally leave these till last. Because they don't have a condition bar like everything here. You look like you can only get 3 tiles looking at your top movement. So if you could go 3, break the door, I don't think you can go further than that. But we have looted everything except for one in the corner here. But we've got no AP to go there. So I'm happy where Sandy is for this turn. And Barry. You did get woken up. That's great. We want you to move south to the house. So you need to get out of this zone here. You have got 16 AP. Do we need to go and collect that? No, you've got 7 on you. I'm happy for you to come down this way. No, I'm not happy about it, to be honest. We could easily take him out. He's only 3.7. Use the spear that's about to break. Why couldn't we get the crit on the first shot? Okay, pistol suppressor. That could be very useful at some point. Not right yet because we've got no guns and no bullets. I'm going to wait for next time to move because I'm not hearing any sounds around you. But if I move here, I could easily trigger someone. We can't get to the zone point and zone. We need 13.2. So I'm happy with Barry waiting 1 turn for moving. Sandy is out of AP, so let's pass the turn. Sandy's in the most danger, so we're going to be following Sandy on this turn. Okay, Barry's hungry, and I'm pretty certain you haven't got any food. It's all on... Yeah, it's all on the other character. 11 in there, 8 hydration. Sandy's got 2 hydration. So there's a 6 difference between them. I'm happy for Barry to take another 4 water, just to make sure that doesn't start giving us HP damage. So yeah, Barry's in a good position. Let's go to the zone. Hopefully we don't trigger anybody. There was somebody there, but that's fine. We looted everything there. This might be the zone where we missed 1 item looting. I think it was that one. So I might go and check the wardrobe. Now, there is a zombie next to us. We could easily get out of the range of him. Let's go down there. Close the door behind us. He can't get to the door. It's going to take him 2 turns, and by then, I would have looted that and got off the tile. And there's a bookcase there we've missed as well. So I'm thinking I want to loot these. We need to try and loot everything. You never know where the food and water is going to come from. So Barry is done for this turn. Sandy, if you go into the corner for 3.6, we might as well pick up the wood. It's on the tile we're at. We're up to 1.3 now, so I do want to be careful of what we're picking up. Beer. Another one that could give us a good amount of morale. You are thirsty, so I think you are going to take that. It hasn't sent us drunk. That was what I was a bit worried about because you had already took a beer. So yeah, you're pretty good on morale. Your hydration isn't great, but when we meet up, it's going to be a lot better. You can only get up to that square. So I think I'm just going to be playing it a little safe with a couple of these characters. We'll keep you by the door, because you couldn't zone this turn anyway, even if you wanted to. And where was you leaving from? You need to leave to the unidentified place this side, so 9. So it would be like 3.6, another 3 turn tiles, which would be about 7 to get you there, open up the window and get there, and then you would need 9. So yeah, you'll have 16 on the next turn. You should be able to get off the tile. Okay, let's stick with Barry. So Toyota is down. We just need to find some food. If not, like I said, as soon as we meet up, that problem will go away. Free or D. You're still at 1.1, so we might as well keep picking up the planks on you. There is a zombie I've just spotted to the south. Book for clothing stores are not great. Actually, this recipe for the shovel could be good, but we need a lot of steel to make that. Can you get to me? No. You could actually see me, though. I'm okay with that. So you can get up either to that square or that square, and the next turn I can just run round you and get off the tile. Brilliant. Sandy, your turn now. We did say we wanted to have a look down this part. Yeah, I'll still... Okay, we did aggro someone, but that's fine. If we need to, we can just run through this building. We do have another exit point. Did we know about that? No, we didn't know about this one down here. We've got a stone. I'm glad I went this way. That stone is the last item I need to make a makeshift axe. There's no cars, there's no crops. That was what I was more after. But that stones are very big. So yeah, let's pass the turn. Okay, Barry's in the most dangerous. Let's deal with Barry first. 2.2 to the zone point and zone through. You've got a little bit on the other side in case you have some problems. I actually went through the wrong house. It wasn't this one I was supposed to have been. It was this one here we're supposed to have gone to. But okay, we'll loot an extra location. But we have been here. So all we've got to do... Oh, there's a stone there we could collect as well. So we really want to be taking the northern path out of here. So that one there, right by the stone. Not going to do the mad rush this turn. We'll wait for next turn. I'm still going to get you to pick up this stone. Now, there is some wire there that could be useful for crafting. What options do you have for leaving? We could actually get you to go south, but we do need to meet up for food. So you do need to get out that way. Because we know everybody's been attracted to the south, we need to pick the lock and get through this zone. Let's go up to that square only. We should be fairly safe, and next turn we will need 4.9, 13.9, which we'll have. So unfortunately we're not getting as much northern progress as we want, but like I said, we had to deal with the food and water issue. There was no two ways about it. So Barry, let's go to and pick up the stone. Now, we've got nobody round us, so we don't desperately need to run through the tile with low AP. But I am going to. 4.5 on the other side is enough for me to react to something. And we haven't been... Oh, okay, so... That was probably a bad call. Now, he hasn't technically seen me. I could move right up to the very edge of his movement range, but I could easily aggro somebody else. Let's take the risk. I need to move off there just so he can't hit me. I don't want to give zombies a free hit. And that was just right on your limit. I'm just trying to see where you are. So you are there. and we're just about to meet up, and then we can get the food sorted and the water sorted between people, because you are starting to take damage again. Okay, Barry's all good. Sandy. Hopefully nobody's on the zone point, and then it'll be a nice, easy pass-through. Brilliant. We're both on the same tile again, and we've got a good amount of vision around here that there's nobody about. There's a rotten zombie there, so we can get some gear pieces. Let's meet up and get the food sorted before we call it a day. We've still got about 8-9 hours on this day as well. So nobody can do anything. Let's pass the turn. Now I might get Sandy just down to where Barry is. Yeah, you can go down to there. Okay, Barry, let's have a look at you first. You need satiety. You need a bit of hydration. So what have we got here for satiety? You get a good morale boost off the bread, so we're going to eat that. We could keep these for a lot longer, but at the moment we need to get our satiety up. We've still got no way of cooking anything. 15 satiety is pretty good. I don't want to waste that and do the disease thing again. And I think I'm also going to give you that. And you've got 9 hydration. How's the hydration looking on Sandy? 0. So Sandy needs to... take the water. Okay, empty bottles and all that can go over on Barry. He's got more weight. Coffee beans can go over here. We'll let that go rotten, and then we might be able to use it to make fishing bait, possibly. We've got enough good spears here. We can give one of the partially used over. That one's about to break, so that's fine. We don't need the lockpicks on Sandy because of our class skill, so we'll pass that one across. The crafting recipe book has to be on Sandy because I'm the one who's going to be learning that. And Sandy's the one that's going to have to cut the dead squirrel down in the next day, so we'll pass that across. So 1.3 AP over here, so we need to get the weight sorted out. 1.2, 1.2. Just trying to see if there's anything else I can do to help people out. Barry shouldn't really be wearing those. That we should be keeping those. Should have took them off. But we've got a good amount of weapons anyway now. Good amount of books still as well. We've got enough stones to do the recipe. Who's got the... Actually, I don't think I managed to trade for the last item I needed, did I? Let me just have a look at that with the tape. Oh, yeah, we do. So Sandy does have enough to do a repair kit if we can get the recipe for it. Am I good with that? Yeah, we've actually got quite a bit of thread. Sandy's going to be using the thread more than Barry. But yeah, 1.2 on both characters. I'm happy with that. Let's just get this guy dealt with. There's another one in the building we're going to have to deal with as well. Now, you do have a good amount of weapons. Yeah, we'll use the spear that's about to break. And because we've got the Ed trait on Barry, they are now the best of our attack people. Sandy, open up the window. And Barry, come up and do the fight. Okay, we have got another one over there, Nimble, so that's fine. We'll go and take that out. Lovely crit. It would have been nice if it was on the first turn, not the second. Sandy is not got much left. 2.9. You have 2 attacks to take this guy out. Now, we're not in trouble of this guy at the moment. He can't get to either of our characters. So I think I am happy to just pass the turn with both characters. But I think I'm going to leave that for the next episode. So, unfortunately, we've had to backtrack a lot. We're still stuck in this bottom corner. We have met up. Our food and hydration's good for a day. On both characters, I think. So, Barry's 21 and 9. And Sandy's 18 and 7. We know where there's parks. We know where there's restaurants. We know where there's a car. But unfortunately, we need to find that spanner. Fingers crossed we can find it here, go and repair the car, then we can get 4 quick tiles moving up the map to the food places, and then we'll be in a much better position to push up for Terminus. Hopefully you're still enjoying the series, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.